Kimberly. I thought I'd give you guys an update now that I'm not doing Friday's inspiration. I can tell a lot of you are wondering what the heck happened, where is she gone? Has she been taken over by the dark entities? So I wanted to let you all know that I'm doing great. And for those of you who maybe need to get caught up to speed a little bit, I have been traveling for about 4 months. And I took a short break to come back and spend a couple weeks with the family. But I've basically been away since December. And it started with 3 weeks in Egypt. I've been working with my mentor, Christoph Melchizedek, and his team. And in each of these places, we've been doing really deep spiritual work on the planet for humanity, and been deconstructing the ancient Cabal structures. And little did I know that I had at one point been on the dark side, as many of you have been. I've been on the dark side. I was part and started part of the Brotherhood of the Snake. And so having been on the dark side, I knew how a lot of these structures had been created. And so I could bring the codes that could also help undo a lot of this stuff. Much of this I didn't know, I had no idea before I even went, but I'm always listening what I should be doing next, and I follow instructions. Just like way back when in the Amazon, when I tearfully agreed to do whatever they said, and without even knowing who I was promising these things to, and these things are still unfolding. So I'm still listening, and I'm still following directions. And so this journey led me for 4 months to these very important places, and also I brought a lot of my own codes there. I had a lot of ancient codes activated, and we did massive clearings in Egypt where we followed the chakra system through the temples. So all of those got activated in a very specific way through these ancient structures as we unraveled and deconstructed much of these old structures that have been keeping humanity under control. And it's all been connected through this crazy network of things, through these obelisks and it's just, it goes so deep. I couldn't even begin to even explain it. At any rate, so went to Egypt, went home for a couple weeks, and then went to Rome and the Vatican, where we also did some very deep work there, and learned a lot, and the team learned a lot about how to keep all of us safe. So there was a little bit of bleed through and some cleanup and infiltration that actually happened. So we were affected by that spiritually for a while. And I also, after Rome, I went to Paris for only a couple days. I did not like it there, surprisingly. Then I went to Amsterdam, which I actually loved, and throughout the Netherlands as I made my way up a little further north in the Netherlands to do another retreat with my mentor. So this was a personal inward journey of about 5 days of doing his program, Crystalline Rising. So got to go deep inward with his processes, and so there was that. Then there was a 3-week break where I stayed in the Netherlands, and also went to Morocco. I'm trying to remember if it was before. It was before or after this. I sort of lost track of time, but anyway, I went to Morocco for a few weeks. And then I came back and did another ceremony with my mentor with a plant medicine that we call it the root. And this took me to my deepest, darkest secrets. I did do a YouTube video on that, Friday's Inspiration. And it took me down into my basement, to places I did not even know existed, or that I was hiding or holding down. You might want to listen to that whole video. But the long and the short of it was, I was to integrate a part of myself that was, I can't remember if it was a soul extension or a past life that was still open and creating this bleed through into this life. So I was supposed to find this person on this plant medicine and integrate her. So the long and the short of it was that I was to find out why she had become so dark and why she was in such hiding. And she was forced to watch her mother and father and little 6-year-old sister be killed. And this had enraged me so much and created so much fear and terror that I shapeshifted and actually got away. So I wasn't killed. But now I had all this grief and fury and rage that I didn't know what to do with it. It just consumed me. And I started killing people. I killed hundreds and hundreds of people. And this eventually they found me and burned me alive. And at the same time, all these people that were there to witness this put all of their, this part gets me emotional still. So this is the part I'm still integrating. All of these curses, they put 500 curses in my heart. They just hated me, and with good reason. And they also never wanted me to have any power ever again. So they put 900 curses at my solar plexus. So I I healed all this with this past life and integrated her. But I've noticed since this trip that there's still parts of me that I'm still integrating to these unworthy parts. And I got a really beautiful message this morning, which was very timely because I was not feeling so worthy of much of anything. And it was one of the people that was on our last journey. So after the Vatican, I did this root ceremony, and then I did. Then we went to London and did cleared a lot of these structures in city of London. These are all connected, and there's one more piece in D.C., Washington D.C., that's yet to be revealed when that's going to be cleared. But at any rate, so I've been integrating these deep dark parts, and so I got this message this morning that was very helpful and supportive to me, as I've been being a little hard on myself as some of this unworthiness and this inner loathing has been coming out. I didn't even know it was even there. And she was letting us know, there was one incident that happened in London where this is a group of about 25 people, and about 8 of us had broken away one day and to go see the London Stone. The London Stone is part of a much bigger stone. Parts of it have been spread throughout the galaxy, and it is like the mainframe of the structures that have been set up in London that feed out into all parts of the world. And this, when I went to London, I didn't know that I had 5 keys. When I went to when I went to Egypt, I also had keys. I had 5 keys there. So here, I have 5 or 3. I can't remember. At any rate, when we went to the London Stone, I had the last 2 keys I was going to use. And so when I've been given these keys, I don't know what they mean, how do you use it, what is it for, but you just follow directions and the inspirations that come through, and they're working with you so that they can use these keys. About 2 blocks before the 8 of us got to this London Stone, I started to lose the vision in my right eye. It started to get very cloudy, and I wasn't scared because I knew that it was an energetic thing. We were doing these important things, and there was a lot of energies and a lot of forces that didn't want us to do what we were doing, that wanted to prevent us from creating these changes. And so at any rate, I was able to eventually clear it, not right then, but eventually. So here we were at the London Stone. We used the keys, we dropped them off. They were going to be activated the following day. And so the following day, before all of what we had done was activated by Christoph and his team, one of the things that they did was they removed what they called our Anunnaki skin suits. So they had found these in themselves, Christoph and his wife and his team, about a year previously, and had removed theirs. And so they felt it was important for us to remove ours before we did all of these activations. So this is just another thing that I've been using on clients since then, and quite successfully, because I'm able to measure how successful, what percentage are we able to remove it, etc., and was it complete. So anyway, that's one of the new things that I'm doing. And so this when this suit was removed, it made sense that what was happening was, in the day before with this vision in my eye, that these suits are used, it's just a whole nother level of controlling humanity. And so they've been controlling us. You know, they didn't really even need the vaccine, or shouldn't say that use the jab to control humanity. They can just tap into our minds and make us think things, and can affect our physiology like they did with my eye. And I was able to measure, you know, the vision, because they had brought the lens down to 0% and the millivolts down to 0, because this is another thing I can measure now. So I was able to track this and was able to bring it back to full recovery, and so that was a good thing. But at any rate, I have been going through a lot, and so part of my retreat has been one, necessary, and it's helped me to see, you know, it's okay to take a break. It's okay to take a break. You need a break sometimes, and to honor your body. And at the same time, I know that some of this is because of what I'm calling interference now. So I'm not calling out the control beings, the dark side, the Anunnaki, the discarnate being. It's just interference, right? So I've been noticing this interference and this trying to hold down my light. So I'm in this process right now of integrating these 4 months and really getting ready to come out, which seems like such an odd thing. We're here in spring. We're supposed to be springing forward, but you know, I have to honor my own body clock and my own what I'm going through. So I am going to be coming back. I will be coming back, but I'd also like to get some feedback from you guys. How would you like for me to come back? What is it that you're needing? And I'm wondering if I should just reintroduce Friday's inspiration, that it's just been a much needed break, and to come back with this Friday's inspiration. I've also been throwing around, or Spirit has been throwing around, this idea of a monthly membership where you can come and ask questions for a very nominal fee, like maybe $11 a month. So some things are brewing. We're also going to be doing the next 18-day meta-clearing program in June, as with the summer solstice. So things are brewing. I'm working on my book. The new book is Access Your Ultimate Health, the Blueprint to Youthful Vitality. So that is also in the works, and so just a lot of integrating, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of brewing. But I did want you to all to know that I'm doing fine. I'm doing just fine, and just still inward, still doing my inward journey. So I look forward to coming back. I look forward to hearing from all of you. And I also want to express just so much thanks and gratitude for all of you who have been supporting me for all of these years, and your words of encouragement And this has also enabled me to even go on all these journeys where I'm really in service to humanity. This all comes out of my pocket. Nobody's paying me to do these things, but it's in service to everyone. And so I couldn't have done it without all of your support. And for those of you who participate in the programs that I run and things that I bring forward. So I just want to give so much thanks and gratitude for all of you who have been so supportive all these years. And so I'm coming back, and I just want to give you an update and sending so much love. And until we meet again, I'd love to hear your thoughts, okay? Sending so much love. Namaste.